Welcome back to the biggest agricultural platform in Namibia known as Ndunawe Ngombe, which means headman of cattle. My name, of course, is Mitchell Mutumba Simata, aka the headman of cattle. So today on the 28th of April 2022, I felt I should do a video on maize. Very popular staple, very popular crop. We all eat it in different forms, and it's used for different, and it has different uses for it. So let's get into the maize videos. You guys know I'm never writing solo. I got my trusted notebook with me. Let's get into the video. Maize farming is very popular amongst farmers in many parts of the world. Maize has become a staple food in many parts of the world. Total production of maize surpasses that of wheat or rice. And maize is called queen cereal because it has the highest genetic yield potential among cereal. Maize, also known as corn, is actually a cereal grain, which is used for many different purposes. It was first domesticated by the indigenous people in southern Mexico about 10,000 years ago, and today is very popular throughout the world. The leafy stalk of the plant produces pollen inflorescent and separate ovuliferous inflorescent. It's a tongue, my tongue slipped, sorry, called ears that yields the kernels or seeds, which are the fruits. The plants are often 3 meters in height, but some natural strains can grow up to 13 meters in height. The stem is generally composed of 20 internodes of around 18 centimeters length. A leaf which grows from each node is generally 9 centimeters in width and about 1.2 meters in length. Maize is in the third position in terms of total staple food production, but a very little amount of total maize production is consumed directly by humans. Most of the maize is used for corn, ethanol, animal feed, and for production of other maize products such as corn syrup, and cornstarch. Maize is known by many names in different parts of the world. Its other names include corn, Indian corn, sweet corn, mealie, etc. Maize is also known by some other local names in many different languages. It is known as mealie in Afrikaans. The shoe mealie means maize. Maize is used for many different purposes. It is mainly used as fodder for animals, food grain, popcorn, baby corn, sweet corn, green cobs. Corn flour is also widely used. In Namibia, top score. South Africa, I think it's star or ace. Maize also serves as basic raw material to thousands of industrial products that may include oil, starch, alcohol, beverages, food sweeteners, pharmaceuticals, gum, textile, packaging, food cereal, cosmetic, and paper industry. Maize can help preserve 90% of the water and 70% of the potency as compared with paddy. And maize farming can actually make more profit than that of paddy or wheat farming. Selection of a location to plant maize. First of all, select a good location for maize farming. Maize plants grow well in fertile soil with a pH ranging between 5.5 to 7.5. They can be grown on a wide range of soil types, which include loam, sandy loam, or clay loam soil. Heavy clay is not good for maize farming. So if you're farming in an area where there's heavy clay, it might not work. But the soil needs to be rich in organic content and have to have good water containing capacity. The plant also requires full sun for better yield. So consider all these factors while selecting land for starting maize farming. Prepare the soil. Preparing the soil. For preparing the soil, first of all, remove all the weeds and remains of previous crops from the field. Then plow the land to bring the soil to free tillage, 6 to 7 plowings and harrowing will be required for making the soil fully prepared for maize farming. As the maize plant grows very well in organic content rich soil, so try to add much organic content, full rotted aged manure or compost. As you can 4 to 6 tons of fully decomposed aged manure will be enough for 1 acre of land. For commercial maize farming, you also have to apply some chemical fertilizers into the soil. Applying 20 to 24 kilograms phosphorus, 60 to 70 kilograms nitrogen, and 10 to 12 potash, 10 to 12 potash per acre will be required for optimum production. Soil test is necessary to know the deficiency of any nutrient in the soil. And extent amount of chemical fertilizers can differ from place to place. So it means you might use different chemicals in different places, but this is important that you do soil testing. So test the soil before applying chemical fertilizers. The maize plants are grown throughout the world, and the plant can grow in a wide variety of climatic conditions. It is actually a warm weather crop and does not grow well in areas where the minimum daily temperature is less than 19 degrees Celsius. The seeds can germinate as low as 10 degrees, but the germination process will be faster and less vulnerable at soil temperature of about 16 degrees Celsius to 18 degrees, and maximum temperatures for maize farming is 30 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. Best time for maize farming. Maize is a warm season crop and is cold intolerant. Doesn't do well with cold. The seeds must be sown in the spring temperature zone. So it's best to always plant them in warm temperatures. Here we do it right around November there. Yeah, November, December. That's when we plant maize, towards the end of the year. Actually, it can be grown throughout the year, but grow best between 21 degrees Celsius, 27 degrees Celsius temperatures. Selecting a type of maize. There are some different types of maize to choose from. The 6 major types of maize are sweet corn, flour corn, popcorn, pod corn, flint corn, and dent corn. You should choose such a type which is widely grown and available in your area. I believe in Namibia we do flour corn. That's the one we make our milli meal, as they would say, top score from. I think it's flour meal. Seed per acre. Total amount of seeds per acre depends on many different factors. Extent amount of seeds required per acre can differ depending on production purpose, seed size, season, plant type, and sowing method. On average, you will need about 8 to 10 kilograms for an acre. For spring crops, about 8 kilograms an acre of sweet corn, and about 7 kilograms an acre for popcorn, about 16 kilograms an acre for baby corn, and about 20 kilograms an acre for fodder production. So those are the difference. For spring corn, 8 to 10 kilograms. Let's get planting. The maize seeds are planted in rows, but space between rows and plants can differ depending on the maize type. Spacing rows of about 2 feet apart, and the plants to be about 8 inches apart, which is good for winter crops and both sweet and baby corn production. Spacing 20 times 6 inches will be good for popcorn production, and 12 times 4 inches will be good for fodder production. You can sow the seeds manually by hand or by mechanical with help of a tractor drawn ridge seed drill, and sow the seeds to about 1 inch deep. Before sowing, treat the seeds with fungicides for preventing seeds and soil-borne diseases. Treating the seeds with Therum, or carbonism at the rate of about 2 kilograms per kg. Seeds will be good. Caring for your maize shooters. Taking additional care is a must for successful maize farming business and for maximum yieldage. Fertilizers may be required for maize farming. Test the soil and take advice from an experienced agricultural specialist before applying fertilizers. So it's very important that we start doing soil tests. I know most of us don't do it, we just plant. Watering. Apply a light watering immediately after sowing the seeds, then water lightly a week for a month. Additional watering should be applied after every 25 to 30 days. Avoid water stagnation, and the land must have to have good drainage systems for successful maize farming business. First weeding must be done 20 to 25 days. Second weeding should be done 40 to 50 days after sowing. So that's how you go about it. So with weeding, you can use mechanical means. There's machinery for those guys who have the money, the men and women who have the money. And for those who don't have, some of them do it with hand. Particularly in my country, most of the northern farmers, northern and northeastern farmers who plant maize, hire people to use a manual hoe and remove the weeds. Then the type of pests and diseases you have to look out for. So you got cornworm, stalk borrower, shoot bug, pink borrower, termite, shoot fly, and the diseases you have down, mildew, leaf spot, post flowering stalk rot, and Maize leaf blight. Harvesting. You can start harvesting when the cob's outer cover turns from green to white. So that's when you can harvest. Actually, when the stalks have dried and moisture of the grain is about 20 to 17% is the optimum time for maize harvesting. Maize nutrients. All type of maize are nutritious and good for human health. Raw yellow sweet maize kernels contain 1% of fat, 3% of protein, 19% of carbohydrates, 76% of water, and a serving of 100 gram maize kernels or maize seeds provide about 86 calories and are very good source of vitamin B. Vitamin B, thiamine, niacin, folate, pantothenic acid. That's what maize has. So now let's speak about maize, the benefits of eating maize. Maize can help in lowering LDL cholesterol, help prevent skin problems, and can also help to combat with hair loss. So if you got hair loss, eat maize. Beneficial for heart, and it may help in preventing Alzheimer's disease. Maize is good for preventing diabetes and hypertension. So maize can prevent. Improving vision, it also has anti-cancer properties. So that's maize farming, and there are the benefits for maize. Like I said, I believe in my country, speaking Namibia, we do plant maize countrywide. Down south to some parts of the central and eastern part of the country, it is mostly under irrigation in our green schemes. Up north to northeast of the country, that's where we do our dry land maize, particularly the Grootfontein, Otavi, Tsumeb area. That's called our rain triangle because it gets the highest rainfall within this part of the country. So maize is planted heavily there. That's mostly done under dry land maize production. And then you go to the north and the northeast of the country, which is the Kavango and the Caprivi. Those are substantially maize growing regions. They also plant their maize and also plant maize there, and it's mostly irrigated through rain. So it's also dry land production up there. So that's maize, you know, that's maize. As they said, it helps contain water in the ground, and we probably just need to change how we plow and so forth. Because I see here it says prepare your land. I have seen farmers up in the northeast of the country not really de-weed their fields, but with the little grasses that are there, what they would do is they would just till with the ox plow and then start hand placing the seeds, and then it would grow. But I think we probably, with time goes, we have to now start adapting much more better technologies and doing much more climate-friendly type of farming, you know, de-weeding our fields, investing in irrigation systems, or investing in cheaper irrigation systems if the drip irrigation machines are too expensive. So that's something we have to look at. This is video number 100 and 100. This is video 180. So we've officially done 180 videos. Thank you very much, guys. I see the support, I see the likes, I see the subscriptions. Thank you very much, guys. The channel has grown. We have about 929 subscribers, last looking at our subscriber count. And for those that have not subscribed, hit down there on that like button, like the video, and hit on the subscription button and turn on the bell notification to be notified of future uploads. With that said, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a brilliant night. Bye for now. Good night.